Hello and welcome to our second match with our Ruby Splash Sapphire Marsville aggressive deck. Pretty unfortunate that this hand doesn't have even. If this was even just Ruby Sapphire, we would like snap this off. Windborne Ascension into Minstrel into potentially Fury Splitzer on 3 would be so insane, especially with our Deranged Marauder in the opener. But unfortunately, our thresholds just aren't going to work here. This hand is mediocre at best, but it's definitely a keep at 6. This Ayotachi coin we can at least cycle away. Hopefully this Boisterous Ballad gives us something powerful that can run away with the game on the play. Alright, let's draw some spells. Blessed Scout is pretty good. That's a conscript that's going to make us a lot more conscripts. Okay, coins, sweet. Means if we do draw another Sapphire resource, we can get that sooner rather than use that to cycle. So if they don't have a piece of removal here, we're going to get to Diligence this and conscript a 1-cost Ardent Troop next turn. This is very good with Marzul, right? It's like basically generating an extra charge every turn. Don't butcher me, don't butcher me, don't butcher me. If they butcher me, we're going to be in a lot of trouble here because we don't have any gas past this. Oh. When your opponent goes into the tank and then comes out with the best line to kill your thing, spend their useless troop to kill my thing, and has a Scrouge to follow it up. Yep. I mean, Deranged Marauder's great, right? Right? I'm gonna hold on to this coin for now. We're just drawing too many resources, so hopefully we find another Sapphire Shard before we need to play a Sapphire card out of our hand here. Yep. It's likely gonna be over fairly quickly here. They have a follow-up too? Yeah. Do you have a third shard? They do have a third shard in their deck, okay. Just gonna save myself some time here and move on to the next game. I don't really think I have anything else to reserve in here. I guess Zap's like okay. I don't know that it's better than anything else we already have going on though. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit submit. Once Ada stunts the initial build like that, not only did my opponent have a reasonable amount of troops in play, but like they're just gonna get to gum up the board with their champion activation here soon too. Gosh, I think I have to keep this, but it's pretty miserable, right? Like these Sapphire Shards have just been slaughtering us, and we even ended up only playing 7. I almost played 8-10, right? But we're playing 7-11 like to try and prevent stuff like this. But like this hand wants to draw spells, but like it needs to draw a Ruby resource to play the Galleon Duelist and to make the Warband Ruffian better, really. Hopefully it's another good conscript. The worst draws here would be more Sapphire Shard because they're resources that don't help us play our cards out. Hopefully we'll be lucky and this War Party Guide will find us some friends. The top card's an Ardent Troop, we draw it. When does War Party Guide draw cards? Whenever it's on your opponent's side of the table. It's a really easy system, really. It's, you know, so you can know. Is War Party Guide controlled by you? Never gonna draw a card. Alright, that's good for us. That means it gets to keep attacking and potentially trigger again. So this plus that's again, we talked about the worst draws in the deck, and that was definitely among them. God bless America. How many Ardent Troops in our deck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I guess we only have 11 and we already have 4. Okay, I guess there's only 7 hits in our deck. Just don't be another Sapphire Shard. Don't do it. Have a heart. Alright, I mean, that's technically what I asked for, right? It's not a Sapphire Shard. This cannot attack into their 2/4, which was unfortunate. Plays Warband Ruffian and pass the turn, I guess. It's a 5/3 now. Only dealt 4 points damage to my opponent. They're getting into the mid game where they can kind of stabilize with their champion power and go wide. Ada is very, very powerful. I'd be kind of hopefully by the time this video goes up, Ada will have taken a bit of a nerfing. Yeah, I'm just gonna trade here. Like this card's doing much more. You want to burn a combat trick, killing my war party guide? Like, yeah, go for it. They technically got resource efficiency. I guess they gained 5 life too. That's a pretty bad exchange for us. Gravebane Vial. Well, this can attack into here at least. We got that going for us. Hopefully we draw a Ruby Shard so that way we can go Ruby, Gallant Duelist, Valor my Gallant Duelist, crack for 8. Alright, I mean like... we had worse draws there, I guess. I could play this and then play the Gallant Duelist and then champ power it. That doesn't seem terrible, I guess. Let's just get in 8 points of damage this turn. Hopefully they don't have another trick. I guess burning the boon means it's more likely for this Ruffian to be able to connect and not die to the Spirit-Bound Vicar. I'd much rather my War Party guide eat it than this eat it, so... 6/4 now, that's good. Good, alright, well, we got in for 8. Step 1. That's a 6/2. Huh. Huh. Well then, Valor this, attack with both of these, I think, is the line here. This way they can't double the spirits on here. Yeah, I think I like that. Oh, this guy can block this one. That's nice. Hopefully they don't have a piece of removal. They might just trade here, honestly. They're losing the race on board by a lot. I guess it's not by that much, right? Because I think this is unblockable. Alright, that's my deranged marauder. Go. Don't kill it. Have a heart. Oh, I'm not dead on board, right? This is only 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is technically lethal in the backswing, right? 4, 8. What you got? What you got? What you got, opponent? Getting up to 4th point of toughness on here is pretty good too, because it holds this Razoredge Duelist at bay as well. Apologies, I will be right back. That part where I walk away from the computer and actually nothing happens. Literal nothing happens. Feed the Flames is actually like a decent hit here, right? So I can Feed the Flames to kill this, which means if they want to block this, they have to chump it with something else. Yeah, I kind of like that. Well, I guess I could just like Feed the Flames one of these, right? Yeah, that's probably loose. Okay, I'm gonna start by attacking with my Deranged Marauder and see what they do. I assume it's just gonna be a chump with the Phantom. Oh, geez, do they really have a trick here? Man, that was a bad read on my part. I did not put them on having a trick there because I figured they would have shipped if they had a trick. Huh. Maybe I should have burned my Feed the Flames on that? I'm not actually sure. This coin could induce an attack that's bad for my opponent here, because what we can do is we can attack with all of these next turn, and then coin to ready this, which will diligence it and make something not be able to block right away. So hopefully they get a little bit aggressive here and we can potentially kill them. I guess I only have 15 points of power in play. This is probably trading here if they offer it, actually. Man. Maybe that attack was too aggressive? No, we're kind of at board parity, right? Kinda. Yeah, I feel like if they offer this, I'm obligated to trade. Am I obligated to trade? I'm winning the race in the backswing, right? Maybe I don't take that trade. Huh. Maybe I should hold those for Rock Sliders. Oh, that puts a 4th point of toughness on here. That's relevant. What happens if I attack with these two? I feel like that's profitable for me, right? Like, I attack with both of these. They could, like, trade here, and then I have Flame Guard versus these two, and I'm winning that race. Doesn't seem great for me. I'm just going to hold tight. I should have held that shard in case we drew a... When they get closer to their champ power, if we're still bricking off, we might get more aggressive, but I feel like those trades don't favor me at this point. Could draw like a blitz or something. Sure. It's a conservative attack. Yeah, I'm gonna hold that for now in the event that we draw a Rock Slider, it'll be good. 2 of those in our deck. This makes attacking more appealing. Because it means the Gallant Duelist will eat both of these if they want to trade with it. So... yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attack with both of these now. So they can trade 1 for 1 on one of these, and they can trade 2 for 1 on the other, and then it's their Phantom versus my 3/1s. Which seems fine for us. They might trade this for this. They might also just like snap these 2 for this. This guy does keep growing larger. This one is just a 7/3 permanently. we got? What do we got? What do we got? I'm like holding this coin for a trick with the Flame Guard at some point, but that might just be too cute, honestly. If they trade off boards here, like they trade 3 for R2, I think next turn we'll burn this coin trying to find more action, basically. We can like attack in with both of these and then trick this so the Phantom can't block, so we push 6 and we get to cycle this out of our hand. They have a trick here? Good lord, we just keep getting savaged by this card. Just every time. It's really good with their Swift Strike troops. And you hit for... They attack with this. Yeah, I'm going to take this trade here. Let's get this out of our hand and take their biggest threat off the table. These are on lockdown from these 2 idiots anyways, so... We offered that trade several times and they didn't take it, so... Doesn't mean it's objectively right, but probably does. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and Explosive Interlude this, and then I'm going to Valor my Battlefield Ironsmith and start attacking. Feels bad spending a 5 cost on a 1-drop there, but this lets us start pressuring our opponent, which feels good. And I might just trade here because then this checks this, kind of. Alright, that's great for us. Let's go ahead and pass the turn here. Opponent is 1 charge away from another champion activation here, which is pretty bad for us. That's aggressive, so they must have drawn something, right? Pyre Strike. Well, that's a fantastic hit. Let's clear this out of the way. They have another Sanguine Boon or something obnoxious. Alright, let's attack for 7 here. And I'm going to play this Minstrel post-combat. Puts them to 3. So I'm going to play this, which puts us 7. And I'm going to play this resource out now, because this way if we draw another shard next turn, we can activate our champion power. This is going to Diligence to make something not block. And then we can champ power this up to a 5/2. So they're going to have 3 Phantoms here, but one of them can't block. Another Mosh Pit Glass. They must have held a shard there, right? And if they held a shard, that means they ultimately got punished because they were a turn behind. Are they going to attack here? That would be super greedy. So, most of our draws here are good, right? Like, resources are good, Ardent Troops are good, removal spells are good. Make a Phantom not be able to block here. Yep, sign me up. Alright, I'm just going to champ power this Flame Guard here, which gives it Crush. If I champ power here, they have to put 3 toughness in front of this. Yeah, so champ power here is just lethal. I think champ power is like dealer's choice dead here, but this, if they have to put, this is lethal unless they put 3 in front. If they put 3 in front of this, they're not blocking here. So if they go block, 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 they crush for 4 and die. If they weren't dead here, it's probably objectively correct to hit the Flame Guard, but they are just dead to this attack, so did you get a 3rd game here? And again, pretty sure we don't want any of this extra stuff we have in here. Part of me wonders if Distract can be good enough, but it's probably not, so yeah, let's just go ahead and save. just 3 out of 3. Look at the 7s. Look at the Sapphire. I'm just gonna replace that. Hand doesn't do anything. Sand is also mediocre, but at least it's got rubies. I can see an argument for keeping that last hand. I feel like this hand's better than just mulliganing again. I feel good about it, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to try and play around Sanguine Boon to the best of our ability this game. We know they have 3 of them now. It's not a card I often end up with a lot of in my deck, so like I don't play around in a ton, but now that we know they have 3, it's definitely something that should be on our radar. It's a very efficient trick that can cost us percentage points. Sure, get that assault trigger. Really looking to draw some threats here. Not gonna play this Battlefield Ironsmith without a trigger from it, I don't think. 3-1 is just not particularly exciting against their 1-1s. Sure, dealer's choice. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? They took my Ironsmith. I mean, I guess it's the only, like, unique card in my hand, but, like, I wasn't getting played for a while. So, God bless, I guess. Another piece of removal. Not terribly exciting. I guess once we finally have a threat, we're going to be able to push it through. Oh, Crackling Torment gave them a charge. Yeah, these Phantoms are just going to beat us down pretty quickly here. Pretty quickly. What you got? What you got? What you got? Inkheart Infuser. Yep. Alright, so one of their cards is now Blood. I don't know how much that helps them. I guess they made a Ruby Threshold earlier, so they could potentially have a Ruby card in their deck. They still have a Valor in their hand, too, that they haven't played from this Gust Mage just yet. Man, that's probably going to be good as just a 3/3 Swift Strike here at some point. Yep. Holding the Valor is real interesting. This Blitz feels good, gives us a combat trick. They know the Blitz is there though, so it's slightly less good, but I still think it's pretty reasonable here. Hopefully we just run off some Ardent troops and or resources here. Odd that we bend that instead of the Gust Mage. Their hand must just be a bunch of like removal and Sanguine Boons, right? Like they're just not playing anything. I like how we're back to bluffing this attack. I wonder if they actually have an assault card or not. We can Herald, sure. If I don't draw a resource for this or a troop to play out, I'm probably going to need to cremate this just because adding 2 more points of power to the board increases the clock by a lot. Alright, yep. Sign me up. Here's my 4/3. Go. And the question is, if they Valor the Awakened Herald and swing into this, do I block? Probably not, because I'd like to start triggering Assault on my Deranged Marauder. So, yeah, I think if they Valor their Herald here, I'm just going to cremate it. I'll take the hit for 5 down to 15 here, and then cremate it. What you got, what you got, what you got, opponent? If they attack with this, I'm going to block, because I'm happy trading this Iotachi Brute for a Sanguine Boon plus the Awakened Herald, I think. No attack, steal. Deathseeker, sure, that's just his rage, right? Yeah. I'm gonna attack with this. Just get on in there. Start triggering this guy down. If they double, I'll blitz. Sanguine Boon. I think I'm just gonna Pyro Strike this. Yeah, I think I'm okay with this 2 for 1. And then I'm going to cremate this post-combat. Would not like to scrounge. I think I have this Feed the Flames that I could possibly scrounge at some point. We're only 1 troop off of that, so. I'd really like to draw like a Cloudbounder to like lock up the sky here. It's like my only thing I have that interacts with the sky, isn't it? No one Cloudbounder. Yep. If I hit a resource here, I might just... That's not the resource I'm looking for. I'm gonna start by cycling this, see what we draw. This is kind of greedy, but like we're bound to hit more resources here, just like that. Just do this into Feed the Flames this. I don't think they're gonna take this trade, but I don't really want them to take it even if they want to, because I have this Deranged Marauder here. I would like to keep triggering Assault on. Probably gonna play this out next turn. Hopefully we... I really don't want the cost to go down on it. I want it to get power or defense here. But it is what it is. Not like we get to choose. We've hit the one we didn't want to get twice now. Sure. Okay, so they're Valoring there finally. I'm going to offer this trade this time around. I'm pretty sure they're not going to take it though. And then we'll Explosive Interlude to kill the Moshpit Gladiator. So we're dead in 5 right now. They're gonna be dead in less than that between our blitz and stuff. Sweet, I got a defense that time. We really want attack, but defense is better than reduced cost, I think. Still haven't used our champion power quite yet. This Rock Slider coming up. That's fine. The question next turn becomes, if we draw a resource, do we go Rock Slider into Deranged Marauder? Probably. Could also just go Rock Slider into Valor here. Yeah, I think I like doing that. Yeah, if I hold these for a turn, I get +4 damage on this next turn. Alright, somehow we're in this game. I feel like if they would have Valored sooner, we'd be down like 3 or 4 points of life right now, and then we would not have a chance of racing here, but because they waited to Valor, we have a very real shot of winning this game. A piece of removal for this, we could be in a bad spot potentially again. And I'm playing this pre-combat because it adds 2 points of damage. It's like dealer's choice, right? Like I can either get the extra 2 points of damage on, or I could get another assault trigger on here, because the assault trigger could very well end up just being, yeah, you know what? This was probably too aggressive use of this. I probably should have held that for next turn. Or they like play a larger threat here. I have a champion activation up here, so we could potentially kill them next turn. Don't punish me for the broodnet play. Don't do it. Have a heart. Alright. Show me a troop. Okay, that's basically a troop. And it's gonna be speed, too. It's hot, and I can still blitz after I play it. Okay. That's... It's unfortunate. We're gonna play that out to trigger... this. And then, yeah, we're just gonna try for lethal here. I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, you know what? Maybe I should have given this one invincible. This leaves me weak to strangle. Okay, yeah, I should have put invincible on here, because like now I have to choose whether or not I want to lose to strangle or targeted removal. Actually, I'm just going to cast Blitz without mobilizing. I'm going to put it here. I'm probably supposed to put that there to encourage them to kill this one. Lethal? Lethal? Alright, we're now 2-0. Thanks for watching, folks. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for the next match.